CDCynergy. CDCynergy is a multimedia CD-ROM used for planning, managing, and evaluating public health communication programs. This innovative tool is used to guide and assist users in designing health communication interventions within a public health framework. Originally created for use within the CDC, the idea of an institution-wide planning model found its way outside of the agency. What started out as a preliminary project in a newly created division at the CDC has become standard for planning communication within public health. In mid-1992, the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. William L. Roper, established a task force to study and make recommendations about future directions for communication at the CDC. The study recommended further integration of health communication into the agency's infrastructure. An Office for Communication was suggested and became a reality in 1996. One of the first projects taken on by the new division was to identify a model that could be used to plan communication activities within the newly emerging agency-wide health communication infrastructure. Finding no pre-existing prototype that fulfilled all the required needs, it was determined that a new model for communication planning must be created. After extensive testing and scrutiny by experts from a variety of disciplines within public health, the beta version of the planning model was released for training and planning purposes on June 17, 1998. After using the DISC to train over 600 public health professionals, both in the U.S. and abroad, sufficient information was gathered identifying both the strengths and the weaknesses of the model. An agency was hired to redesign the planning tool using the information gathered, and the new version was completed in 2000. In February of the following year, CDCynergy 2001 was released. The director of the Office of Communication suggested that various centers, institutes, and offices of the CDC be approached with the idea of developing tailored editions of CDCynergy. In 2002, the Office on Smoking and Health was the first to adopt the idea of a specialized edition of the DISC. The idea of tailoring the CDCynergy planning model rapidly caught on across the CDC and has expanded to cardiovascular health, immunization, and diabetes. As more editions were developed, CDCynergy 2001 became known as the Basic Edition. CDCynergy does not assume that communication is the solution to a public health problem. Rather, it guides users through a process in which they will use research to help describe and determine the causes of the health problem that they plan to address with an intervention, and to detail the audience segments affected by the problem. It will help users explore a wide range of possible strategies for the problem, systematically select the strategies that may show the most promise to help the audiences, understand the role communication can play in planning, implementing, and evaluating selected strategies, and to develop a comprehensive communication plan that includes audience research, pre-testing, production, launch, and evaluation at each stage. CDCynergy helps health educators decide how to systematically conceptualize, plan, implement, and evaluate educational interventions in a public health context. The CD-ROM provides a full step-by-step tutorial for developing a health communication plan. Instead of just telling the health educator what to do, it also provides a description of how to achieve the activities in each phase of program planning and provides specific examples with each step. This health communication planning tool consists of 6 phases, which correspond to the 7 health education core competencies: assisting, planning, implementing, evaluating, coordinating, acting as a resource, and communicating health and health education needs. The 6 planning phases in CDCynergy are defining and describing the problem, analyzing the problem, identifying and profiling audiences, developing communication strategies and tactics, developing an evaluation plan, and launching the plan and obtaining feedback. The name CDCynergy has become a brand name for systematic public health planning, both nationally and internationally. For more information on CDCynergy, visit the link to the CDC's website below.